Thanks to the movie Schindler's List, most people are familiar with Oskar Schindler, the man who saved the lives of 1,200 of his Jewish employees during World War II. But have you heard of the British Schindler? I'd like to introduce you to Sir Nicholas Winton, the man who earned this sobriquet through his efforts to save hundreds of mostly Jewish children from Czechoslovakia on the eve of the Second World War. In October 1938, with the collapse of the Munich Agreement, Germany annexed part of Czechoslovakia, and the occupation of the rest of the country seemed inevitable. The result of this was that the Czech refugee camps filled to overcapacity with new arrivals. Winton had learned about the efforts of agencies in Britain to rescue German and Austrian Jewish children from those countries to Britain, and set about setting up a similar operation for children in Czechoslovakia. In March 1939, he set up in a hotel in Prague, and before long, word spread and parents were lining up, desperate to get their kids to safety. Eventually, Winton had to go back to Britain to organise things at that end of the operation, among other things raising the required £50 per child guarantee demanded by the British government, and find families willing to take the children in. He did all of this while still working his day job as a stockbroker. The first transport of children left Prague by plane for London on March 14, 1939. The day before the German occupation spread further into Czechoslovakia. He later organised 7 further transports from Prague to Britain, the last of which left Prague on August 2, 1939. There was supposed to be at least one more on September 1, 1939, and this was to be the biggest transport yet, with about 250 children. Tragically, though, on that very day, Germany invaded Poland and all borders were closed. In Winton's own words, within hours of the announcement, the train disappeared. None of the 250 children aboard was seen again. We had 250 families waiting at Liverpool Street that day in vain. If the train had been a day earlier, it would have come through. Not a single one of those children was heard of again, which is an awful feeling. The mental image of those children waiting haunted Winton for years after. In total, he saved 669 children. After the war, he never told anyone about the work he had done, not even his wife, Greta. In 1988, though, Greta found a scrapbook from 1939 in their attic with all the children's photos, a complete list of names, and letters from Winton was made an honorary citizen of Prague in the independent Czech Republic, and in 2002 he received a knighthood for his services to humanity. He died in 2015 at the age of 105, to the end a quiet and unassuming hero.
I never thought what I did 70 years ago was going to have such a big impact as apparently it has. And if it has now got a story which helps people to live for the future, well, that will be an added bonus.